Hi, everyone. Brian Sullivan with Out and About Nashville. As Metro begins phase two of the reopening, we have a number of LGBTQ plus bars that are scurrying, getting ready to get prepared to host customers again. And with us right now, we have Joe Brown and Todd Roman, who are the owners of Tribe and Suzy Wong and Play. You guys, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for asking us.
So just to give you all a little bit on the latest coronavirus numbers for Nashville are 3,872 confirmed cases, 41 deaths, and the most recent news, we just got some breaking news that President Trump is asking that the governors declare churches essential services, and that he's going to put pressure on them if they don't do that. But you guys, Metro just released some guidelines for bars to reopen, or not bars, but restaurants to reopen Monday, the 25th. How are you guys doing? How have you been through all of this?
It's definitely been a trying time, I'm sure, for all the businesses in town. I mean, to be shut down is pretty rough.
Yeah, we were actually experiencing probably our best year since opening in the first 3 months. And to go that to a totally closing all of our businesses has been quite an adjustment.
I will tell you, you guys, I miss going to show tunes. I loved it, and it was so fantastic. I can't wait to go again. You guys make some really good drinks and provide some really good entertainment there. What times are you going to be open? You guys are opening Wednesday, correct?
We're going to be opening next Wednesday. So Tribe and Suzy's are considered a restaurant. So we were able to open a couple weeks ago, but we did not feel comfortable yet doing that. And we've been really waiting on the better guidelines that are coming down. And now that the mayor has kind of given those guidelines and phase two is opening, next Wednesday is when we're going to target opening. I think we're going to be opening, I know we're going to be opening Wednesday through Sunday. And we are going to be running a limited time. We're going to be open from 5 to 1 on those days. So just to kind of get our feet wet again. Yeah.
So are you guys, are you keeping the same hours for both locations? Are you changing it up a little bit? How is that going to work?
Yeah, the Play is not going to be open right now. We're only talking about Tribe as far as the 5 to 1 a.m. Guidelines. I don't think that Play is going to be opening until the third stage.
Possibly even fourth.
And maybe fourth. So it'll only be Tribe for right now and Suzy Wong's for brunch.
Yeah, so we're going to be opening Suzy Wong's on Saturday and Sunday for brunch. We are changing that up, how we are opening. With our brunches, we're doing 2 seatings. There'll be a 10:45 seating and a 1 o'clock seating. And of course, it's going to be limited capacity. We're going to be servicing about 50 guests at a time. Tribe, we are actually going to be going to only 100 guests at a time at any given time. We've put in 27 tables at Tribe. And like I said, it accommodates about 100 people. We are on the weekends. We are going to be taking some reservations for tables for some of the stuff we're doing. And it'll be open seating at all time, but it will be first come, first serve on those tables.
Since we have such limited seating, we're actually allowed to go, I think it's 75% now, but we're going to stay with what we feel comfortable with the social distancing. And so that's limited our capacity considerably. But we feel it's better to like ease into this until we feel more comfortable with how things are going to go and how it works with our customer base.
And we're gonna be around that 25% to 30% capacity until we can really feel comfortable with what's going on.
So your 3/4 capacity is much larger than what you're allowing for. It's just to be able to.
Yeah.
So getting to Suzy Wong's, approximately how many customers did you say at a time you would be able to see?
Customers. So kind of give you a little background. So from the start of this, we've been in contact. I've personally been in contact with one of the guys at the health department. He's the chief guy that is advising the mayor. His name is Gil. We've been running everything by him just to make sure. That's why we went ahead and closed when we did. We just wanted to kind of make sure that we're doing everything right. And so in the past couple of weeks, I've been talking to him also and told him that we didn't feel comfortable opening yet. But I spoke with him yesterday on the phone. Some of the things that we're going to be doing to kind of put you in context of that conversation is, Wednesday at Tribe is going to be happy hour still. Thursday night and happy hour with Tracy is going to be bingo, so everybody's going to be seated. And then on Friday, happy hour, we're going to be showing RuPaul's Drag Race. And then we're going to be the thing that's going to be a little different is that we're going to be doing a small drag show at 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock. And we're asking people to make reservations for them. There's no charge for that at all. But it's the way that we can kind of help control the crowd. And then on Saturday, doing another drag show at the same time. And then Sunday is going to be our show tunes with happy hour. And then we'll do a drag show at 10 o'clock. So I brought all this up to the health department. And I also brought up to him about Suzy Wong's doing the drag brunch and ran the whole process through him. Our entertainers, when they do perform, they're going to be on the stage. And the guidelines have been released by the mayor's office just yesterday saying that live entertainment can happen as long as there's no more than 2 people on stage. And as you can kind of see over with our stage here, we've got it sectioned off pretty good distance from where people are going to be at.
Can you show that to us?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you able to?
Yeah, I don't know if you can see them on the floor. Yeah, there's the stage. And we're not completely set up yet, but we do have it sectioned off.
It's mapped on the floor to keep the social distancing of 6 feet is kind of like our benchmark that we've used. The stage here in Tribe and also the stage in Suzy Wong's. So we'll be able to maintain that distance before the performers and the customers. We've also, as Joey talked about, the reservations, just so that may be a little complicated or sound complicated, but we're going to make that really easy for people. Within the next 24 hours, I think it is, that on all of our social media, we will be releasing a link that allows you to do table reservations for the Friday and Saturday early and late shows. Now, due to the limited capacity and the number of people that we're expecting that are wanting to get out and start participating in society again, that we think that there's going to be kind of a large amount of people doing that. And that's why we've gone to the reserve seating, so that we don't end up with chaos outside with a whole lot of people just wanting to come in and then having to monitor that. The seating reservations will be on all of our social media, and that they will be broken up into a first and second show. So that will require that people kind of section off about a 2-hour block, because we will do a second seating for the late show so that we're able to offer this to as many of our customers as we can.
And you cut out for a second when you were talking about the capacity for Suzy Wong. Can you just say that number one more time for the number of people that you're able to seat next week?
We're going to be seating approximately 50 people.
Okay.
Right around that number in the dining room, but we're going to be doing, per seating. So there'll be a 10:45 seating, and there'll be a 1 o'clock seating.
And then about 100 in the Tribe area?
That is correct.
Okay. And with those being spaced out, are you going to be able to do drag brunch at Suzy Wong? I mean, as far as the drag queen, will they be performing?
Yes. When I spoke to the health department, I told them that we're going to have a stage area that the entertainer has to perform in. So it's not going to be your traditional drag brunch to where you're having entertainers walk up to your table or take photos. They're going to be performing in that area. The other thing is we're going to be doing tip-wise, that it's going to be Venmo. We're going to ask people to Venmo our queens. And if they would like to leave a tip on the check or on the table for the queens, the servers can pick that up at the end of the meal.
But there won't be any direct interaction with the performers and the customers. And that's primarily based because all of our staff are going to be required to wear facial protection and gloves. And of course, the performers can't do that. So what we've done with Joey working with the health department is that as long as they maintain that social distancing, that they will be good on that.
I know that there's been some restrictions for gaming and pool tables. Have you guys had to do something with your pool tables, or are they going to sit where they are?
We're not going to have them open. The pool tables will be closed.
So everyone that works there is required to wear a mask, and are they required to wear gloves as well?
So to clarify, any employee that is interacting with the public is going to be required to wear that mask. And again, when the entertainer is on stage, they're not going to have a mask. But if one of the entertainers come out in the audience, that they will have a mask and gloves on, just like everyone else. So, but no, we are requiring all of our staff to wear masks and gloves. Some of the other procedures, I think most places, they're just guidelines. But when an employee comes to work, they will have their temperature checked. They are going to be asked a series of questions. The questions will include, have they been around anybody sick? Are they feeling sick? Have they had a cough? Have they had a recent fever or been around anybody who's been sick? And if they had, they're not going to be allowed to come to work. And then just as a precaution to our employees, if any of them do not feel safe with working, we have told them that they are not required to work. And so it will be voluntary if they want to come in. So.
Can you guys talk about a little bit about how difficult this has been for you to handle this financial situation? You've gone now how long without revenue?
We voluntarily closed on, I think, the 14th or 15th of March. And so we've had zero income since that time. Fortunately, the businesses are ran really conservatively. And so we had a nice safety net, a rainy day fund for any kind of unforeseen thing. Certainly we didn't see a pandemic coming, but we did have the company positioned so that we were able to withstand, downtime. We're very fortunate on that. I think that a lot of businesses are not going to be able to survive that. And so we're very cognizant of that. We are able to withstand
a good long while, yeah. So.
How are our queens, our favorite performers, doing through all of this? Have they been able to find gainful employment, or?
So at one point we did have to lay off our entire staff, and so because we were lucky enough to get the PPP, I mean, we have brought back all of our staff. Everybody's back on payroll. We actually have one of our entertainers here, and you might be able to ask them that question yourself. So let me get her, and you can keep talking to Todd. Let me grab her real quick.
Okay.
The performers and staff as well, we've been really fortunate in that no one within our community of employees, and which we employ between our location here in Louisville, about 150 employees. And with that number of employees, none of them have gotten sick. So we feel very fortunate in that. And in addition, that we feel really lucky that we're going to be able to bring back all of those employees. So I think that one of the things that your question, if you're going to see the same old faces, absolutely.
And we have the princess here with us right now. So.
Hi!
Hello!
How are you?
You look gorgeous, darling.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
How are you holding up through all of this?
I'm
What's going on with Princess?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Oh, I said, what's going on with Princess?
I'm just living day by day, making it through. I'm super excited to get back up in Geesh, to put some makeup on, put a giant wig on, and be in drag. I'm super excited for next week.
We're super excited for it as well. So do you have some special routines planned for everybody next week? Have you been working on some new stuff?
Well, as far as routines, drag is going to take on a whole new ball game now. So you're just going to have to come and check it out and see what we have. Because yeah, it's very different with the social distancing now, because we won't be able to take tips. We won't be coming off the stage, that kind of thing. So it'll be, how do I want to say it? We're going to have to work on our eye contact.
So through all of this, have you been doing any virtual shows? Is there anything that you're doing, in between now and next week that people can catch you?
Yeah, I've actually done a couple online drag shows. We just did our first one from Play at the beginning of May. And our DP House Party, our Sunday night cast was involved with it, and it went off without a hitch. It was really, really awesome. We actually have another one coming up on the 31st of May, which is a Sunday.
And that's on the social media platform Twitch, correct?
Twitch, yeah.
And I'm gonna plug them. She's being a little modest, so we've seen a lot of living room drag, but what they put on in that show was pretty phenomenal. I felt like I was watching MTV.
Right.
I was like, so it was pretty amazing.
Well, we're so proud of you. Do you have any words of encouragement for, we're facing a crisis with 25 million people unemployed throughout the country. Do you have any words of encouragement for drag queens who maybe have not been able to stay employed and are having some trouble? What's your advice for them or any words of encouragement for them?
Oh my goodness, putting me on the spot. Like you said, I've been very, very fortunate and very blessed that I was able to keep my employment through all of the pandemic, and then able to come back to work. If you haven't been able to, all I can say is keep your head up, try and keep a positive attitude. That's the best thing that you can do, and it's tough in these times. Try not to fall into a routine of sleeping all day and just watching Netflix all day. Like, do something that betters yourself, whether that's meditating or helping a neighbor. Like I have an elderly neighbor, and he can't cut the grass, so I cut his grass every 2 weeks, and that just gets me out of the house. And granted, that's not a drag thing, but that's helping my community. So
that's
just keep
awesome. Thank you so much, and we can't wait to see you perform again. I expect those reservations to go very quickly once you guys post that link.
I have a feeling it's going to be like a Beyonce concert. It's going to be sold out in less than 5 minutes.
I think so too.
A Beyonce concert with 100 people.
Guys, I just had a couple more questions for you. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Princess. We love you.
He said thank you.
I had a couple more questions for you as far as the cleaning and precautions that you guys have made. When customers come in, are they expected to wear a mask? Are you requiring them to wear masks? And do you have masks available if they need one?
Yeah, we are not going to require them to wear a mask. We're going to encourage them to do it. That's kind of twofold. Encourage them, and if they don't have one, we will have some masks available. But with that taken into consideration, there are a number of people in the community that have health issues that have to make their own decisions on if it is conducive to their health to come out at all. And we just ask for people to take on a little bit of personal responsibility with that. We've taken all the precautions that we personally can. We spent the last month cleaning head to toe every surface and everything in the facility. It is as clean as when we first opened. We're doing health checks on our employees, requiring them to wear the PPE, distancing the tables. We're following all the precautions from all the health officials that we have and the recommendations from the CDC and the governor. So we're doing everything on our part, but we're limited in that everyone has to take personal responsibility. So as I said, if you have particular health concerns that predisposes you to be more at risk than someone else, then maybe this time is not the best time to venture out.
And we'll be here when it is time for you to venture out, and we'll be here for them too. So,
So as I understand it, customers cannot order directly from the bar. Do they have to go through servers, or are they able to order drinks at the bar?
No, all of our bartenders are becoming servers. So every bartender will have 7 tables, and they will serve the tables their food and drink. And so, yeah, nobody will be able to stand at the bar. Nobody will be able to order drinks at the bar. So, yeah.
It's strictly table service.
Mm-hmm.
Besides making a reservation and coming out to the shows and coming out to support you, are there any other ways that fans of Tribe and Play and Suzy Wong can support your employees to help support some of the drag queens during this time. What can we do to help?
Well, I mean, we have had a GoFundMe page going for a while. Anybody that donates to that page, when we get up and going again, full steam, we're going to offer a private event for all those people to come out and enjoy some drinks and for us to say thank you to. So that is still out there if anybody feels inclined to donate to that. And then every one of the individual entertainers, they all have their Venmo accounts that they can accept tips or anything like that. But most of all, what I've heard from most of the staff when they're doing these videos is just seeing people like them and commenting on them. It's just making us all feel like we're still in this together and that we're a big family. And so I think that's what's most important. And I think that encouragement goes a long way to our staff.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I would add to that is that there's a lot of attention paid to the performers. They have Venmo accounts and they do online videos, and they've been really, really creative and active online. Our other staff, our bar backs, our door staff, the cashier, the managers, just reaching out to acknowledge and say hello, I think would go a huge way with them. I can tell you that the most difficult part for us has been the family that we have developed over the last 18 years with our employees. We are a really close-knit group. Some of them are handling it better than others. Some of them had really difficult times, even with unemployment and the different social programs that have offered. Some of them, for various reasons, have not even been able to be on unemployment. We've done what we can personally to help them get through that. But I can tell you, besides that help, just a word of encouragement or a kind word sent out to them through Facebook or Twitter, whatever their social media platforms were, would go a long, long way.
One of the things, too, that I want to talk about is we truly do believe that it's just not the Play and Tribe family. We believe it's the GLBTQ family that's in Nashville. We have reached out to all of the bars. We actually had a vendor that was kind enough to make a decent sized donation to us. And we didn't feel like we appreciated it coming to us, but we actually reached out and we divvied that up between actually all the bars here in Nashville and our bars in Louisville. So just to let everybody know that we're all in this together and that we want us all to come out of this thing. So
yeah. Bars, we feel a big responsibility because other than a number of bars that are strictly taverns or nightclubs for people, gay bars and nightclubs really serve as a community organization, a community place for youth and everyone to come for that support. And so we feel an extra responsibility to the community.
What do you want to say to those people who, I know, like me, one of the first places that I ever visited when I came to Nashville was a little bug-eyed boy from Memphis, walked into your establishments, and really it was the first place that I felt like I belonged. It was the first place that I felt like there are other people here like me. I know there are a lot of people hurting right now that can't go out, that can't go to visit these locations. What's your message to them?
My message is keep your head up. We will be here when we get onto the other side of this thing. So there's no need to rush if you don't feel comfortable right now, but just know that we are going to be here. And we love everybody. We've appreciated everybody supporting us over the years, and we're going to continue to try to do that for them also.
Guys, thank you so much. Anything else that I didn't ask you guys that you'd like to let people know?
Just thank you for giving an opportunity to reach out and speak to our customers. We miss you a lot.
We miss you guys too, and I'm confident that those reservations will go very quickly. So we're going to tell our readers to make sure and snatch those up. Thank you guys so much. Joe Brown and Todd Roman, owners of Suzy Wong and Tribe and Play. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.